calculations are correct, when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit. Great Scott.
Great Scott. G'day, people. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I'm running late. I've been running around trying to catch coffees as they're moving. Pretty hard. It's pretty dangerous too, trying to catch coffees as they're moving. It's you can get pretty seared pretty quick. Essentially like catching this falling knife here on ES at the moment. We've been open for about 22 minutes here. Hopefully you're having a good day out in the markets this morning if you've been getting into the action. I do see some action here to the downside. Just getting into the office, so I'm still setting up my charts and everything organized. Yeah, Tuesday. What happened yesterday? I couldn't get into the office. Had some internet issues. I think we've got them all sorted out now, so hopefully a little bit more stability today. That would be nice. So I'm just going to get some charts set up here. I know I'm missing a lot of the action right now. It's a bit annoying. But that's cool. We're going to get onto this pretty soon. This is a CL chart. We're just going to... I don't know if there's going to be many fireworks on CL now. We've sort of reached back into a balance point here and ranging out again for the contract rollover coming up. Why? Here we go. All right, so I'm still getting the coffee into me, so please excuse any of my complete ignorance this morning. Going to be a bit slow until the caffeine starts to really kick in.
We're sending you back to the future.
This is Back to the Futures. Back to the Futures. Here we're going to trade some futures here most days of the week. Monday to Friday, do a little bit of back testing and analysis on the weekends, possibly when I have the time. All right, so CL looking like it's at the top of its range here at the moment. A little bit oversold, a little bit of RSI divergence coming up here, so potentially some weakness amongst buyers. Anyway, I think we've got all the data here, and we need now VOPS where it should be. Go back to ES. Now we're still trying to find a bottom here on the MES. I was going to try and pick up a contract up here at 44.33. Potentially still might. Could be a spot.
Order working. Order filled.
Okay, we've got involved here on an MES contract. Hopefully we'll see a bit of a push up here now. Buyers might start getting a bit more involved. Possibly. And I think Michael feels too good about this at the moment. This trade still a little bit quite oversold on the 5-minute here, and on a 30-minute we're going to be very oversold now. So I'm just testing the top of Monday's second range that we built up before. A little Ukraine worries, I think that was, wasn't it? I'm not sure. I can't remember. There's Bart Simpson, what it was created from. Anyway, it's good to be here. Hopefully having a great start to your day. I'm slowly getting into stuff here. Not really sure what to expect from the markets tonight. Yesterday was obviously quite a bit of a hangover day, as some people call them. It's a good push to the downside here. I thought we might see another hangover day today, essentially. So still pushing, still long one here in the MES, looking for a little push back up to see volume up there at 44.40s. That would be nice. VWAP up there. Point of control on the day and on the session. So I'm hoping to get a quick little bounce here. Haven't checked out in the opening ranges yet. It's probably looks like possibly a couple of tests to the upside of that and then a rejection. So this long could be a little bit premature here. Still some nice volume being put in at 44.30s. We shall see. At the moment, the price is sort of stagnating out as traders decide what they want to do here.
And it's gone.
Really not keen to break through this volume at the moment. It's sort of making me feel a little bit concerned, to be honest. That's cool. We'll stay patient here. It's the first big push to the downside after the open. So, like I said, could be a little early. We'll just have to see what's going on. Still buyers holding up here. Delta's pushing down. Buyers, price holding up here. So buyers might be taking a bit of control back. Not sure how much we're going to get out of this. I'm hoping a pop will take us back up to, like I said, 44.40s. Retest a point of control up there at 45, 46. But price is sort of not cooperating here at the moment. Consolidation. Could see another retest of the lows here, so not sure whether to hold or just get out. It's not bad for me. It's not a bad location for a trade. Minimizing my risk pretty well here. Don't want to get cut up.
You're a slacker.
Yeah, I'm a slacker. I couldn't get into the office on time this morning, so not expecting great results here if I don't get my shit together. This is what can happen. Price still holding up here after some Delta pushing, so I'm becoming more and more confident with my trade now. As I say, that seller's pretty heavy selling coming through. Pretty heavy selling coming through, testing lows. Double bottom here at the moment. I don't know, this feels like it's going to flush pretty heavy. But I'll get out after, I don't know, I'll give it 10 points. It's probably that's probably too much, to be honest, but another 10 points there, just in case. All right. I'm feeling pretty good to be back in the trading area now and getting some action here. Oh, sorry about that. Jeez. Where's Putin today? He's probably counting all his cash, eh? Yeah. All right, some buyers trying to get organised here and push it up. Wick test up there at all the way up there at 44.41. Which could be a spot, and the range test 39.75. Maybe a spot to try and get out. 44.40 is our value area low on the day. So it's still quite low here. I don't mind a hold till calmer volume. But a lot of buyers coming through here, not much impact, so we might have to take this. It's hard to be patient with this considering the situation. It's all right. 44 is a decent number to exit at. Thanks for joining me. It's a pleasure to have you here on a beautiful Wednesday morning. Coming up to, it's already 9 a.m. Central. So we've had a bit of news there. Looks like some news. The words that came out of the news, people's mouths were fair. A little bit of an upside reaction in the market. Do we see some follow through? Let's have a gander. Pretty boring day yesterday in the markets. Hopefully everyone that traded yesterday had a fun, exciting day. Nothing too crazy.
I'm going to read your thoughts.
Yep, it's pretty much spot on. Coffee's tasting fantastic. Coming up to what is 1 a.m. now in Australia, so just trying to get going. Just trying to get going here. All right, we did see a push up to value area low of the day and a small rejection, but nothing too crazy. Origin Code, it's great to see you. Great to see you, mate. Origin Code here, NASDAQ, our local NASDAQ trader, using Sierra charts and ghost clips. Pretty interesting situation there. I like it. I like it. Great resource to have around, I'm sure. Hopefully you guys are doing good out there, having your NASDAQ scalps. Good start to the day. Haven't seen any NASDAQ prices at the moment. We got our quote board up here functioning. It's all firing off. Someone's put, yep, okay, what are we looking at? Oh, wow, okay. So NAS is down 1.2% on the day, leading the pack. Crude's up 2%, so a nice recovery there from crude. I haven't put my settlement top prices in yet, but we're getting a rough idea here. 64.50. That's basically settlement there. So we're pushing back under settlement on ES. Now we have a settlement in crude. It was a very unrealistic settlement from Monday. 92.07 we're looking at from yesterday. 92.07s. Somewhere around there. Okay, so overnight sort of tested it and got a kick off it, and a lot of longs still in this market from the overnight session. Haven't really reconciled yet, potentially. We have gone back and tested top of yesterday's range numerous times and gotten some pushes off it. So at the moment, we're probably still looking for longs here on crude. Back to my MES trade, still long one contract MES. It's I don't know what we're doing here now, guys. I almost forgot I was in a trade. Gonna see a kick up here now. At this stage, I'm gonna probably take 44s, 44.40s, or just above. But not certain. I know Origin Code's not being rude. He's probably being very busy and diligent trading his NASDAQ right now, getting 5 scalps in in the time that I've been sitting here in my one trade. So that's cool. That's why we got emoticons. Yeah, some so crazy news. I guess what everyone's been sort of waiting to see what's going to happen here with the Ukraine-Russian situation. It's a great little fable that's being played out here at the moment. Hopefully no one's getting caught up in that fable for real and having their lives negatively impacted. But, not to joke about war and all that sort of stuff, but seems like there's a few games being played at the moment. All right, buyers trying to come back through, pushing on the local high here at 44.36.5. We can break that. We might see a push up here to 44.40s. Bottom of these wicks, 44.39. So at the moment, it's just sort of stuck under this double topping, micro double top. What else was there news-wise? I checked the options market yesterday and today, and the volume is still quite low, so it doesn't give me much hope for an extended rally here to the upside. Still a lot of low retail participation here on the ES. I think as Nasdaq's probably had a little bit more. Well, it had more yesterday. Okay, some more pushing down to back down to my entry. Just sitting on volume here at 44.30s. Not much else to say. At this point.
No.
Yeah, it is a beautiful morning. I just like George to pipe in there and have his 2 cents, because it prevents me from getting copyright violations. So thanks, George. I think that was more of a Kramer job really than a George job, to be. If I'm honest about it, Kramer's probably the guy that. Actually, I don't know. George seems like a guy that would get annoyed by the feds not letting him copy a VHS. Kramer would just throw him out the window. Probably run after him. Okay. Seinfeld was classic. All right, so we're still in this double top up here. I'd like to see that get repaired at least, and then, test 37s before we do flush this. This isn't... But yeah, at the moment, looking pretty sickly. A little bit bearish here. Hoping for some more consolidation. Which could lead to some expansion. Haven't seen Helen Crypto in here for a couple of days. I hope she's doing okay out there. Obviously very busy trading her Dow and her T-bills and a yen. I think it was. Was it yen? I haven't checked out any Forex markets for a little while. All right, some buyers trying to come back through. Are they serious this time? Are we serious, guys? We're clearing volume again, but no real follow through. This was happening yesterday. It's quite frustrating, not knowing exactly where the best places were to take profit. At this point, 44.36.5 seems like the place everyone has taken profit, except for me. What's going on? All right, point of control now. Being tested on the day and the session. This looks a little bit so to me. Economic releases today. I think we've got the not the CPI, the FOMC minutes coming out today, right at 2:30 Central. Is it 2:30 Central? I'll check that. But that could be the reason for this move to the downside this morning. Obviously, people are thinking pretty hawkish things right now, or assuming the Fed's going to have to get pretty hawkish pretty quick here. but we don't know what they're thinking. A lot of sleight of hand going on at the moment. It's pretty crazy. I really thought we'd break this the last push here, but we haven't. Come on, guys, prove me wrong. This is the fourth test up here at 44.36.5. If we even get that far. Check out the ES for some blocks, for some positive blocks here. Anything to give us some hope. Riding the train to Glory Town now. It looks like the train's trying to get out of the station and persisting to return to the station to pick up more customers. Train's just not full enough to make it worth the company's while here. So hurry up and get on the train, people. We have people leaving the train now. They're sick of waiting for the trip to begin. Okay, so a lot of volume being conducted here at 35s. Hopefully this is the springboard we need. I did get a couple of trades off yesterday on my phone. It was a bit dodgy. Made a couple $100 trading MES. I think I got one crude trade off, a very small scalp. Panicked. Trade8's a great app on the phone. It's all there. You can use it, but even with my latest, not latest phone, but should I take this? This is starting to really muck around in this area. It makes me think this could be a top. I'm going to put in more volume here than we did there. We've got stuck down here, potentially. It's been so long. I want to see 40s, but not giving it to me. So it was cool, but it was a bit stressful. So I think Trade8 app's really just good for if you lose your internet or you lose your connection and you need to exit a position with some sort of rapidity, if that's a word, like this.
Order filled.
Just going to take that, sitting back on point of control. I'm not real happy with this price movement. Delta's holding up. It hasn't really given me too many signals, but just mucking around here. Back to my entry. Glad I scratched that trade. Probably becoming too impatient too rapidly, but with rapidity. I got to check that. I don't think that's a word. Anyway, who cares? It's not like traders need to use the English language very much. We just need to know what price is doing. All right, so we're out of that trade. It just seemed to be consolidating at these levels more than I thought we would. So I'm happy to get out of that trade and wait for a new opportunity now, I think.
Back to the future.
It's back to the futures. We're trading crude and MES most days. Sometimes NAS, amongst other things, but generally focusing on the crude markets and the... I really don't know why anything's going haywire here. Please. Come back. All right, I think we might be okay now. All right. Jeez. I think we're back. Apologies for the little upset there in the connection. Obviously not paying my provider enough cash. I'm back. Yeah, thanks Origin Code. Appreciate the feedback. It's nothing more frustrating than a bad internet connection when you're a trader. It's one thing we do rely on is a stable, fast internet connection. So I do envy all you people living over there in this these populated areas with gigabit internet. It seems like a dream. I think I'm on a 50 megabyte download and about a 15 megabyte up. So 15 meg up is pretty restrictive. Play too many GIFs at once, I might freak the whole thing out. Anyway, we're back with computers. Could be a computer issue too. Who knows? Hopefully one day this trading thing will become a little bit more successful for me, and I'll be able to buy a new rig. So yeah, this is day 280 day trading. 280 of the combine evaluations. This is these videos are all about me trying to get through the steps, passing the combines and becoming a funded prop firm trader. Day 280, I still haven't become successful, so I'm trying not to take that personally, but I guess you have to be realistic about what you're able to achieve within a certain time frame. But I'm persevering here. Okay, so back down to value area low. We have hit a new low on the session there, flushed that double bottom that needed to be repaired quite badly there at 26 3/4. So maybe that's what the market wanted to see, just a bit of repair back down there, make sure we're confident we want to move up here. Back to the ES on the 30-minute. Still coming down here and testing all this volume from Monday. 44.20s. Still a lot of volume there, and obviously point of control from Monday. It's 44.08. Very oversold in the 30-minute. Still quite oversold in the 5-minute. So looking for a bounce here. Didn't get it earlier. I think there was a large options wager being placed yesterday or today on what is it, XOP or something on crude, on the crude ETF. Expecting to see a dip in crude prices, by March 18, which happens to line up with what next FOMC is it? March 16, March 18. That's a Fed interest rate hike, possibly around that time. So it was a rather large wager. So I'm keeping an eye on that and just having a look at some more long-term charts, seeing where we might actually end up here. Okay, Karma's coming down, making it very obvious now that I should have exited at 44.38, the last push up. We do see some more buyers coming back through here. Off value area low, back up to point of control, back into volume. So I don't think the stream completely died, did it? This is still the same stream. Yeah, nice. Never really certain what to do when the stream cuts out like that, whether I should rename my stream or what the go is. How obviously things get confusing. Anywho. All right, point of control is slipping down on the day now to 44.32 on the session. Bull's trying to ask a question here. Do we want to go up? It's been sort of one-way traffic most of the morning so far. Markets have nearly been open, coming up to being open for an hour. It's 9:23 Central. 1:23 Australian Eastern Standard Time. Feeling pretty good for a Wednesday. Been working pretty hard, so I can definitely feel it. I don't know what other economic releases we had today, as I don't think there was anything else I was really concerned by. So at the moment, it's not a crazy day yet, is it? Overnight highs up at 44.80. So lots of volume up there at 44.40s. I'd like to see price try to get back up there and retest that at least. So I'm looking for a long here potentially. It's going to be crazy. We're pushing away from range now. We're breaking bottom of the range here from yesterday. So a lot of traders are probably looking for shorts as we push away from range. 44.35 at the bottom of the range yesterday. So something to watch out for here. We could see a bit more of a flush. Crude's looking a little bit weak here. Testing 94s again. It might quickly flush down here. We're keen to get on that train at this point, potentially. Still, Delta's tried to push price down. We haven't really seen much of an impact, so would be a little early to fire one off here on crude. All right, some buyers trying to push it back above volume. Still retesting volume here and point of control. Looking to the upside now. Yes, down 0.7% on the day. NASDAQ down 1.3%, 1.3. So not a crazy day so far. We've pushed to the downside, I think, just to retest some volumes, some levels from yesterday. From Monday. Because yesterday was just such a repair sort of day. We just stuck around in this area here. You can see there's a lot of gaps in the volume. So, after all that consolidation yesterday, I thought we might pick a side now and work to it. Is this us picking a side to the downside? Potentially. I think maybe there's a little bit of fear around this these minutes coming out. All right. So just sitting at the bottom of yesterday's range, just trying to work out whether we're going to get sent down or get another chance here. Still looking quite heavy. Not making many inroads to the upside, so just got to remain patient here. It's all good. Won't count my cash just yet. Point of control's moved up again to 33s. A lot of volume been put in here. Some buyers trying to come through. in my diddle zone, so it's a little bit of a... It would be a bad long for me if I took it, but there's all this consolidation. It just makes me want to... I want to see VWAP, you know, 40s. Pick up another 5-pointer here or something. Wouldn't be tragic. Still struggling up here. 35s. Buyers pushing on price. Not really going far at all. Okay, come on, guys. We're going to break through here. There's some wicks up here to be tested. 37 3/4. 36.5 was the... Come on, guys. Let's go, people. Make a decision. Buyers maybe trying to step in here now. Trying to clear this range here. Pushing up to Karma. 44.39 and a half. A bit of a slap here again. Back to CL. Let's have a look here. It did get weak, but it pushed up again, didn't it? We did get a drop. Okay, some sellers potentially coming through here now, and crude pretty heavy. It did get a drop and a retest and a failure. Lost a lot less buyers up there the second time round, so some exhaustion. Pretty crazy volatility going on here at crude at the moment. Top of its range. Overnight highs, I know, have been breached, so we've checked overnight highs. These are highs of the day now. Up here. $94.20. See how they react to that sort of price. If they can get back up there, they may not be able to do it. Looking a little bit weak on the delta now. Let's just have a quick look here on the 30-minute. What are we pushing up against here? It's the edge of this volume from Monday, and then looking back on Friday at the top of Friday's range, top of a lot of volume nodes up there that still need checking. So might not see too many fireworks here with crude ranging the way it is, the rollover. It's been an upside day on crude. There's probably a few longs in this market that I'm going to start looking at getting out soon. We shall see.
Back to the future.
Back to the futures. I'm trading some futures here. Alive. Trying not to get wrecked. Don't want to see too much blood today. That wouldn't be good. Hasn't been a bad start to the week. Hasn't been an amazing start to the week too. Quite flat markets after Monday's little excursion. So it's just got to maintain our patience levels here. Back to the ES, having a look at the 30-minute. Seem to be gathering up a little bit of steam now on this volume again. Potentially getting ready for a push up here at the top of its range. This little range here that was set up here in the last sort of 15-20 minutes. Price is just a bit stuck. Not giving me positive vibes, so be careful. Be wary of this. Take some more coffee. How's that coffee tasting out there, anyone? Jerry's not really impressed. I've run out of good coffee too, actually, Jerry. It's a real bastard when you have to make up some instant, you know. But that's all good. Nothing wrong with a nice fresh instant coffee in the morning. Still gets the job done. But I'm missing my cappuccino this morning. All right, some bias trying to push back through here. Still very undecisive. Pushing back up on the edge of volume. We might see some volley through up a bit of VWAP. Go from there. A significant amount of buyers stepping in here now. Not much in impact. What's happening, guys? Okay, so testing 5-minute karma. And the bottom of the previous little range that we've set up here at 4440s to 4452s. 50s, say 40s to 50s. Trying to get back inside that little box now. Price has been consolidating down there at 35s for hopefully enough time now. I mean, look at the what am I looking at? Trying to get back into yesterday's range. I'd say this could be a long. This could be a long here. If we can, I'm just going to see how we react at VWAP. No point in getting on a train until I can find out its destination. Hey, I don't ride trains generally speaking. In real life. If it sounds like I got a lot of experience riding trains, it's not true. Maybe that's why I keep missing them. Okay. So yeah, maybe this is an unsustainable rally, like I was saying, with the low volume in the options markets. Maybe this is unsustainable. Still not looking very strong here. Still pushed under VWAP for the day. What sort of got slapped pretty heavy up there at 80, 44.80. That would have been England Euro Open. And then just sort of being prevented from getting any run after that. Trapped under VWAP, front run, bearish signs. Trapped under karma. 44.40. At the moment, 44.74 is still our neckline from Friday that we broke. I think that was the figure, 44.74. So I'm not really bullish on this market until we can go back up there and retest that and continue on from there. 44.72.50s, 44.70s. So, we did get up there and retest briefly in the Euro Open and got rejected. So keep that in mind. Some rejection coming back here on the ESF 5-minute karma. Front running VWAP again. I don't know what's going on. It's pretty. There's a lot of volume there to the. Oh. Yeah, a lot of volume on that last push to the downside. More volume there than there was the entire yesterday's session on the 5-minute candle. So that's interesting. A lot of volume there on that push down. He's on the tee. It's trying to stay a little bit more composed and cool and calm. My origin code on the tee now. Calculated quantifying value by the machines in the market. They are definitely trying to quantify some value here. It's a lot of number crunching going on. I'd love to see what you're looking at right now, man. These machines. Never underestimate the machines. Well, that's, I think, what a lot of people are doing right now, is sort of sitting back, watching, waiting for some sort of, decisive move one way or the other. Obviously, price is trending to the downside at the moment, but it's like shorts don't trust the flush and bulls don't trust this. Yeah, it's. I don't know. Okay, so coming back out of yesterday's range, I still would not be surprised if we see a flush here. Bit of sort of in no man's land at the moment, I guess, aren't we? $44.20s. So trying not to leave an island up here, I guess. $44.72.50. So there's a neckline. You can see we went up there and tested it this morning, this afternoon, or this morning, central, early in the morning, overnight session. Price breaking back down to the downside here. Lower RSIs, lower lows, lower highs. It's interesting. Looking a little weak, looking a little heavy. I hope that tea's tasting good out there for your origin code. I am a bit of a tea fan. Maybe I'll revert back to my old self with my Earl Grey, single origin Earl Grey teas. Used to be quite an addict on those. Sure. Hmm. All right, so price just being held up here at point of control on this session, 44.34. Rejected off the 5-minute karma, came back down to test point of control. What are we going to do here? Lots of sellers in the market, not much impact here, so this could be a little spike we need to see to get some momentum here, some exuberance amongst the bulls for the next run. I'm not really bullish or bearish on this market at this point. I guess more bearish, like I said, under this neckline still. When there is a lack of participation to run this program, they move price up and down in a calculated way, generating value. Sure. Like sort of like price drift, just nibbles to see where combatants might be. Interesting stuff, origin code. That's fascinating. And again, another reason why, you know, trading is such a great, beautiful thing and an art form in of itself. All right. Pushing back up here on karma, we might see a little bit of support here if we can. I don't know, delta looks pretty crappy. Still hanging out in a neutral territory on the RSI. In my diddle zone, so I'm a little bit just depressed I can't take a trade, but I see a lot of seller pushes. Buyers pushing on crude right now, not getting much relief. You're going to see a highs of the day here on crude. We might see a reaction here. Oversold on the 5-minute. On the 30-minute, we are looking pretty oversold, overbought too. Apologies for my dyslexia. I'm just going to start saying looking pretty hot on the RSI. I think it's probably all cooked. It's probably a bit easier. People understand. It's not my leading indicator. I just started using it again as a confirmation, really confirmation indicator. Am I in the right place at the right time? Expecting the right result. Okay, so crude's still just sort of grinding to the upside here. Volume's pretty low. Not sure. I think I might be keen for a short here. What's this? It's a bit of a 94.42 could be a spot. I'm pushing on it now. Highs of the day on crude. Equities market's probably getting a push, maybe. Are they? No. Looking like another rejection off karma. Some buyers coming through on crude.
We're sending you back. Back to the future.
All right, some buyers showing up now. Highs of the day on crude. Lots of buyers coming through here, interestingly. Very bullish. Any fish up here? $94.50 psych level. Bit of volume being put in there at 50s. Rejection. See a little slap here at 50. Back to, if we get back up there maybe. Or we're going to let price go up a little bit more. 62s would be sort of my target area at the moment, but might not get it. Might not get it, you know. '50s look to be the level. Let's see if they retest 50. Pushing it up again. Retesting 50s. What do we got? Didn't quite get to 50, did we? Nope. Not quite. Still like 65s, you know, mid 60s, late 60s before I really want to take a stab. I better check. Okay, so coming up on 63s, the top of the range, 65s, top of the range from Friday. And then you've got $95, which is the point of control from Monday. So this is, you know, we're getting up there. Pushing up. Just gonna be a short. I want a short here. We're going to grab a short. Hopefully we don't get wrecked. A little push back down. See range in the 40s potentially. Ranged karma. There was short one crude. Wick test there at 50. Maybe that'll be a better spot to get out. It's looking pretty bullish here. Still, if we break 50s, we're probably going to go back down and test 20s. I think I'm just going to put my stop above $95 and hope for the best here. I'll make this a decent trade if I can. Haven't seen a flush for a little while here on CL, so we're hoping to see someone taking some profits up here pretty soon. $50 still could be a good exit. I don't want to get trapped from a 50 bounce. Still a long way from Kansas, as we'd say. So looking a little bit overcooked here. I don't know. Trying not to get nerve-wracked. Just have conviction in my trade here. This is my strategy. It's karma range is karma on the range chart is quite high, so it's a little bit scary, spooking me out a little bit. There's a lot of positive momentum in the market, so this could be crazy. Just need a few bears to come in here and start pushing on this price. I think we're running out of momentum to the upside here, so just need a confirmation from a few plungers. Where's the plungers when you need them? Yeah. Good one, guys. Good one. Plungers. Could be a crazy move if Fed interest rates go up 230 we're looking at, aren't we? So coming up to 10 o'clock, I probably don't want to be in this position coming into news time. So I've got about 6 minutes before news, 5.5 minutes. Got a little bit more time. Some sellers coming through. We do see it retesting 50s. A little bit nervous here. Maybe I should just take my money and run. I think we're going to try and take front run 50s if I can here. Price is stalling up pretty much on this ranged karma here, so I'm going to exit that and take my $80. Regret the fact that I just didn't have the nous and the ball sack to hold till back down to 20s. I missed out on a $300 there, but that's okay. Nice to add a little bit more to the account. Second successful trade of the day. And just like I said, just time-wise, coming up to news o'clock at 10 a.m. Central. I don't really like to hold positions over news. Unless I'm really sure about the price direction. But, this fits into my strategy perfectly. We're oversold. Overbought, sorry. we're cooked. We're cooked on the RSIs. We're testing some pretty important ranges and volumes here now. I think my only fear was if we pushed from here, we could see 95s pretty quickly. There is a volume node there at 94.85. 85 is a pretty good psych level, like 65 in this market. So, all in all, not a bad trade. Just didn't hold long enough. Didn't have the patience. Probably will be a few people exiting now for news, so could see a flush here. That's cool. I'm happy with that. It's going to take me a long time to get to my profit targets at this rate doing this, but just building back my confidence up now and my bankroll. I think last week I was up to about $850 in profit on the account and proceeded to lose 500 one day and 300 the next. So I pretty much wiped that out. So just resetting, getting back into the flow. Some more sellers trying to come through here. Anyway. So we're back to 466.55 total on the account. It's good. It's good stuff. It's nothing crazy, but it all helps. All right, so I do expect to see a bit of a rejection here. There's so many longs in this market, they start panicking. I'm going to see a bit of a slap here, probably in crude. Should have probably held that position for quite a while. This is a pretty good value spot of the day. Maybe I can check on our MES. Still trying to just gather some momentum up, sitting on volume, sitting on point of control. It's very stagnant price action here on the ES at the moment. It's chopping out. Stuck on this range again, like I sort of said, still stuck below 44.40. Hard to get involved here. Either way. So we do see price getting a bit of bounce there at 50s, which is sort of what I was expecting. So happy with that exit. Could probably be a tiny little bit early, considering how close we are to 95s here. 95 is so close, it's hard to take a short before we actually clear that level. It is on the radar, you know. Back to ES. The buyer's really failing here. Still looking like we might be holding up here at 44.32s. If we can hold this, then we could see some positive action coming through. But breaking this, retesting lows of the day, maybe? Or at least bottom of this volume at 30s. Yes. I'm
trying to work.
Yes. Coffee is running low. I think some traders here on the MES at least are probably running out of patience at this point. 10 a.m. news o'clock, not much impact price-wise. And check out back to CL, how did we react? Nothing crazy, back to retest highs. So I was definitely right getting out of that. There's still some more buyers in this market looking for higher prices. 80s to $95, 94.80s to $95. That's cool. Short in this market's probably pretty suicidal. I don't know what it's fitting into my strategy though. I gotta stay true to my strat. I could take another one here at 80s. 85s. But considering that bullish push we saw off 50 after the retest, it's probably a little bit silly. So I'm gonna wait. 10 o'clock Central. Hopefully it's a beautiful day where you are. It was a beautiful day here today. Didn't rain, but it didn't. The sun never came out. So one of those weird days where you sort of forget what the time is. You can never keep track of the time because it's always cloudy. So just sitting on point of control again. What are we looking at? Just keen to have a look at some other markets. Let's get a rough idea on what's happening here. Let's just get something happening here. All right, trading view. What do we got? What is 44.6250 seems to be a lot of resistance at that area, marked on my chart from a long time ago. So that's obviously an important value for us. That was the profit taking. Yeah, interesting. Some reactions here, some reactions here. So it's definitely an area of interest. I thought we were going to get up there and see 44.90s, but didn't quite get there. Cloudy with 40-mile-per-hour winds, expecting winter snow, but somehow it's 61 degrees Fahrenheit. Wow, it's like the opposite of what we get in Australia. We get the crazy summer storms come through. It's like 40 degrees Celsius, and then 5 minutes later the storm comes through and it drops to like 18 to 16 degrees or something. It doesn't make any sense. You get a really hot day, and then just before the storm hits, it drops by 20 degrees Celsius. And as soon as the storm leaves, the humidity goes back up and temperature goes back up, skyrockets again. Definitely the weather's been not making less and less sense recently. I do miss my snow though. Spent a couple of years over in England and Europe, and it was bloody lovely winter time. We don't really get 4 seasons over here in Australia, so it was really nice to see autumn and winter play out the way it was intended. We do get a lot of snow in Australia, but not where I'm from. I'm living further north than the snow line, so I think fun fact, I think Australia receives more snow than Switzerland in the course of a normal winter. Like, I guess that makes sense. Switzerland's a pretty freaking tiny country. But they do have the Swiss Alps, which is pretty impressive. Well, I hope you're keeping nice and warm over there, mate. Even though it's 60, it sounds like it's going to get cooler pretty quick, so hopefully you're staying high and dry and warm. Worst case scenario, you lose a few trades today, you can always go and get the toboggan out and have a bit of a laugh later on this afternoon, mate. That's what I'd be doing. Yeah, I'm the same. It's definitely different since I was a child, the weather. It's one of those things, though, the weather, it evolves so slowly over the course of a human life that we don't notice the changes until about 30 or 40 years later. Anyway, thanks for being part of the stream tonight, Origin Code. I really appreciate your insights and hearing about your day and the weather and just your whole situation, mate. It's always great. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. I took your tips and advice from the other day's stream and I updated all my stuff, so we shall see. I just have to keep applying some consistency to my craft here and hopefully expect some positive results. The results will just come naturally. No, don't expect anything. Okay, so what's this? Wall Street set to open low on Fed Ukraine jitters. Yeah, okay. So there still is some intelligence going around that the actual invasion was going to be today. So maybe that's why we're just sort of sitting, hanging tight here, waiting for some minutes from the FOMC, waiting for, let's see what Putin wants to do with his troops. Apparently they're doing some training up in Belarus, and that could have been where they were pulling the troops back from. So this whole thing could just be a nice little pantomime. All right, we've seen some upside momentum being pushed up through 440 now. What are we going to see here? Finally hit 440. Crude has hit $95 quite happily, so I was right to get out of its way there. That's probably a great short there at 95. It was a bit of a joke, yeah. I mean, who in their right mind's going to tell the opponent what day they're going to invade. I mean, that's a little bit too... I know Putin's a gentleman. He's a nice guy. It seems a little bit illogical in terms of tactics. I don't know. You're right, though. It was a bit weird. I don't want to be too conspiracy theorist, but it seems like they had a lot of other stuff the feds needed to sort out, and the news cycle this week has been quite strange, almost like covering up the things that are actually going on at home for you guys. You know, when you look at the news outlets are pushing the war, it's mostly the US news outlets that are pushing for war. European news outlets are sort of not speculating war will break out, really, or not, at least not pushing for it, like fear mongering. So yeah, it's a little bit suspicious. I'm glad you can see the irony, though, you can remain objective. That's important here. Very oversold now on the crude market. Overbought now on the crude market. Pretty tempting to try and take another short here up here. We have gone up there and tested point of control from Monday. A lot of volume to be tested there at 95.30s again. So it could be still a bit premature here on the short. $95 though. Expect to see a little bit of a pullback off 95. Tough one. Literally pretty disgusting. Yeah, it's hard not to get annoyed by it, hey, because, you know, we're talking about real people here that are actually trapped in these situations, and, you know, kids in the army that are actually running around making these things look like they're real. It's just completely unnecessary, you know. But unfortunately, there is a lot of evil in the world. I can't deny that. Home and abroad. So stay safe out there, people. Here's come some sellers coming through off 95, like we said. Nice little flush. If I might be able to get an entry back there at 85, 84s, but I think I've missed the train there. I think that's the biggest frustration about this whole situation too, isn't it, Orange and Code? That there's not much we can really do about this other than stay objective and stay true to ourselves, and, you know, close to our family and friends, and, you know, just give people the benefit of the doubt where we can. But you know, eyes open, no fear, you know.
We're sending you.
Doc, too much coffee as usual. Gets me stoked on an early AM time slot in Australia though. So thanks, Doc. Couldn't do it without you, mate. I have to cut Doc in to all my trade profits. It's part of the contractual obligation. He was very insistent. Marty didn't really seem to give a shit, because, you know, he's got the almanac, the sporting almanac. So he didn't really care, but Doc really, yeah. He's not a cheating guy, you know. He's a legit dude. So he wanted just to be cut into these profits due to his participation in the stream. I think that's more than fair. Doc's a bloody legend. All right, still no inroads here, trapped below 440. Coffee's not really doing much for the bulls here at all. As we'll be drinking scotch, guys. Sellers are in control.
No.
Just sort of consolidating again back above point of control. 44.35s, 44.38s, 37s to 35s really. It's a lot of volume being put in here. Staying patient, waiting for some decisive move either way. Crude, yeah, nice trade. 95 off $95 down to what, 94.80s. Another $200 trade there. It's gone begging. It's just reading back through your comments, man. It's hard to take it all seriously. Hey, it really is. I just hope none of it's real. You know, hope no one's getting really crushed out there at the moment. Anyway, positive day today. It's beautiful out there.
I'm trying to work.
Yeah, we're all trying to work here. There's not much work to do at the moment with the ES being so flat. NQ's probably pretty flat as well in the day, down 1%, so slightly recovering. DXY is only down 0.1%. Nat gas up 4.5%. CL's up 2.9% on the day, so I don't know why I didn't take that short, to be honest. There's a lot of value here to be captured.
I am sorry.
I didn't take that short. Damn it. Damn it. That's okay. But, you know, it's probably a better short than it was down here, honestly. Far superior short. Sellers are waiting patiently. And we do see some follow through now on crude. Come back down to test 60s, 65s. Psych level of 65. Do we see some support here? Depressing stuff. Why didn't I take that? I'm not sure. Really not sure. I mean, I called it. I said 95, wait for 95, and then go in heavy. And that's what we've done. So well done to anyone that took that trade. Well played. I don't know why I bother to even look at this market right now. We're doing nothing. Still getting some support there off 36.50. So potentially VWAP tests coming in here. Why is my VWAP so weird? I'm obviously not looking at. Haven't loaded up all my data. Give me my data. Okay, it's better. So we're still quite a ways from VWAP. I was going to say it looked a bit strange looking at the chart before. VWAP up there at 44.45 and a quarter. All right, some buyers coming through. Do we want to check VWAP, guys? Do you want to check VWAP? Not sure. Again, slap from 44.40s. Jeez. Crude probably up about $600. Nah, hasn't collapsed. 65s. Seems to be some questions here. There could be some value here for another long. I'm not going to do that. I'd like to see 20s. 10s. Awesome. Okay, definitely a good trade spot there. We wouldn't taken any drawdown from 95. Fantastic trade. Just went begging. It's all right. It's important to at least be able to see the opportunities before we can take them. So we're halfway there. US market's just shutting down here. Yeah, so I missed you guys. I missed everyone yesterday. Sorry if came to tune in. I wasn't here. I was quite depressed to find out that I had no internet. Yeah, so that was a nice feeling to have that feeling in my heart. I miss streaming. I miss trading. I miss working. It's a good feeling. Okay, so I'm speaking a lot of shit here today because there's not much price action to speak of. Sellers coming through with a bit of vengeance now. Getting quite sick of what's happening here. Seeing this just feels like yesterday with this just ranged activity. Okay, back down to test this. If we break this, we're going back down to see the lows. Down there at 20s, 28s, 25s. This is another bear flag. Crude. What are we doing in crude? We're still trading water again here above 65s. So that's probably all the juice we're going to get out of that one. $95 down to $94.65. $350 trade. Pretty cool if you can get it. Okay, fairly decent bounce here. Not trusting it though. Delta looks confused, to say the least. Hopefully everyone else having a great trading session so far. Coming up to 20 past 10 now in Central. So markets have been opened for just under 2 hours. Seen that initial drop to the downside from the little bit of a drive in the open and then a complete slap. And here we are back stuck down below 44.40. Things playing out the way I expected them to this week so far, Origin Code. I know that you said you're going to get back into the office on Sunday night and have a look at some charts and discuss some ideas with yourself. I don't know whether the markets are really playing out the way I thought they might. Considering that, like I said, those options volumes being so low, it's not a good sign for bullish activity in the market. What's the VIX doing? Let's have a look at the VIX. VIX is up 2.1%. Coming down, just sort of doing nothing at the moment either. So probably sort of to do with those low option volumes. Still green impressions on the red impressions on the histogram here on the 4 hour. Potentially a slight amount of... No, there's nothing. There's nothing to look at here. Nothing to see here. All right, running down our list of things to check. Roku, no. PayPal's down almost 3%. Getting a little bit wrecked and follow through from last week. Not really recovering much at all. Nvidia. The chip makers were doing quite well. Seem to be stuck under this supply line. So this could be a great swing trade if anyone wants to get involved here. We have tested the breakout a couple of times. Come back inside. Some pretty big targets there of a breakout if we get it. 30% trade. It's not too bad, not too shabby. So palladium, I think, is what's driving this market at the moment with the chips. And obviously a chip shortage is what gave us that run up earlier in the start of last year, end of last year. So it's still a question of whether we got enough chips to go around. Some sort of, there's an age-old saying about only buy chips with dips. It's a pretty funny one. I like that one. Netflix getting destroyed. We did gap down. We did make the target here of the breakdown that I was looking at. Extended trading hours makes it very tough to look at these charts. So yeah, nothing major here going on really in the markets. Amazon's had a little bit of a push up. Nothing crazy. Seem to be retesting that original pattern that we were stuck in for quite a while there, consolidating late last year from what, September through to Christmas, or March basically, April last year, or the breakout. Anyway, I don't usually play stocks, so I'm just trying to get a feel for the markets here because I'm a little confused. BTC, treading water there above 42k, 42,600s. That's not bad. NQ, what are we doing on the NQ today? Well, look at all this mess on my NQ chart. I haven't been here for a while. I've broken my floor, 40 and 42. It's a little bit bearish. Like to sort of stay above that. Looks like tested 3.8s, 3.85s, 3.90s. Potentially getting some support from there. So resistance becomes support possibly there. Not that I'm a support resistance trader, but I guess these lines give that away a little bit. In terms of my long range forecasts. Okay, cool. Not much to see here. ES pushing on the 382. Traders perceiving some value here off the 382 in the overnight session. But now we're back below it. So there's a 236 back on deck. 4407s, 4410s. Oh, sorry, something's tried to stop you from posting links. Sorry, bro. Not sure. Must have some anti-freedom coding going on in my chat room. I'm just reading your chat now. So far, so good. Yesterday was pretty sophisticated gameplay, but did well. This week has been very positive so far. Oh, awesome, man. Goal is to move as the banks do, so I'm doing the same thing every day. Found consistency. Yeah, I noticed that in your stream. I checked out one of your streams the other day and noticed on your volume profiles you could see the actual traders involved, Bank of America and Barclays and blah 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 blah. Bank of England, all these sorts of things. I was quite fascinated to see all that, and to to comprehend that you can actually get that information. It's pretty exciting. The only time I like banks is when I know what they're doing and I can follow along. Oh, okay. No worries. I must have just seen a double hyphen or something. Oh, thought it was a HTTP // or whatever it used to be back in the day. You can share links. It's fine. I don't have a problem with it. You just YouTube. Yeah, so that was cool to see, man. Don't know. I'm not sure. I don't have Sierra like you said. Yeah, I think you're using Sierra, so I'm not sure where you're getting that data from, but that was really interesting to see. Wouldn't mind having a little bit of access to that myself. Okay, so I've just got to extend out our channel here. I missed out on yesterday's trading view session, so we've got to get this back in line, back out of the top of the channel here. So pretty bullish, up 3% on the day for crude. Still the longs aren't letting go. They want 95s. They want to retest 95s. Didn't get much chance to test that area, so we might be heading back. ES still ranging here under 44.40. Sitting on, trying to push on it now. Value area high of the session. Still trapped under VWAP. Okay, cool. So, yeah, not saying it was easy. No, definitely not. I have identified these predators by their movements within absolute variables and functions of the exchange. So when they try to eat me as liquidity, I get to roll up my sleeves and say, okay, let's play. It's awesome, man. So are you some sort of algorithm in your platform that can identify these individuals from their telltale signs? They've got some sort of fingerprint or something that you can track? Or is that you sort of having a guess, a best guess, or a what would you call it, speculation based on the information you're seeing? Or is it an absolute, for sure it's Bank of England there, it's Barclays there, it's some Arabian hedge fund there? That's really interesting though. The deeper you go down this rabbit hole, the more you discover that you don't know anything. That's what I'm feeling anyway. Trying to perform mean feats with limited amounts of information can be quite difficult. But I know what you mean. You get a feel for these predators in the market. I like how you can call them predators too, because that pretty much sums it up. Liquidity predators. We're definitely trying to suck some liquidity from these markets at the moment. All these poor mom and pop investors putting their money back into the markets, trying to buy a dip here. They're just sucking it all back out, lining their pockets. I see most banks are selling short whilst happily investing the money from their clients back into the stock market to prop up prices they sell. That's disgusting. That's the game though. Okay, so still trapped on the VWAP, trying to retest 44.40. We have sort of gotten a little bit of stability now in price, sitting on Karma. 10:30 euro close. Not much going on at all. It's a bit of a buying frenzy coming in to euro close and then nothing. CL's not reacting. Okay, so we still got the point of control down below there at 89.90s on crude. May not get down that far now, but it's still it's naked. Needs some clothing. It's in its purest form. I didn't put a profile in here, did I? I believe so. 12. There we go. So another repair day here, trying to repair possibly from Monday. It's a lot of between $94 and $95. There's quite a bit of inconsistency there on the profile, so it seems like we need to do a little bit more work here.
We're sending you back to the future.
This is Back to the Futures, where I'm getting awesome information from our friend Origin Code, our first patron. What's he saying here? That's right, investment banks, market makers leave signatures I can identify. The markets, however, I don't know. The names, however, I don't know. But from my own perspective, match them at the signatures based on how they identify themselves within their white papers and expressions to their clients on the investment banks. Like, Jesus, that's that's quite sophisticated Origin Code, I must say. A sophisticated philosophical individual sitting in Kansas making heaps of cash by the sounds of things. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. A pleasure to be in your presence. I knew that could sort of be possible, I guess. That everything you were saying makes sense. And more power to you for doing all that homework. Research pays off, hopefully. At least gives you some level of confidence that a lot of players in the market, retail players, probably don't have. So that's got to be a good feeling. I wouldn't even know where to begin looking for all that stuff. But you've sparked some inspiration up there in my head. Do a bit of research tomorrow and get completely confused, no doubt. It's one of these games too. Sometimes I try to keep the like you're saying with fundamentals and news. You try and stay cognizant of everything that's happening, but at the same time, you've got to try and block out a lot of this information. Just sort of get option paralysis based on too much information. So I'm not totally hating my strategy at the moment. I've sort of, I think, whittled it down to just the bare necessity components that I require to successfully pull off a few trades. And at the same time keep it simple for my middle of the night brain. Coming up on 2:37 a.m. in Australia on Thursday morning, 10:37 Central. I think we got the FOMC minutes coming out at 2:30 Central, so in about 4 hours after lunch. Which is probably why we're seeing this ranged activity, this indecision. I think it's pretty obvious what the FOMC minutes are going to contain, but maybe it's not that big a deal. And realistically, until March 16, the next meeting, it's potentially just seeing calm in the market until then is pretty high. Okay, push it back up on 44.40. Are we going to break here? Are we going to break? Buyers having a nibble. Buyers are having a nibble here. Value area high of the day, of the session, 44.40. Value area high of the day is up there at 44.55. So I'm expecting if we can get a little bit of result breaking back through this range we've been setting up since, geez, over an hour now, is it? Yeah. Second hour. Well, I don't blame you if you've already shut down and counted your money and taken your logs and gone out to play golf, because today is extremely boring so far. Slowly thinking I could just sort of start playing this range, but there's not much money to be made here. Pick up 5 points here, 5 points there. It's okay. I mean, good trade's a good trade, but at this point, I don't see if it's really worth taking the risk here, considering I'm not sure what's happening. I'm in my diddle zone. We're not oversold on a 5 minute or overbought on a 5 minute. We're not too hot. ES, sort of out of oversold territory now on the ES on the 30 minute. So some moving averages up above here. Look like they might want to get tested.
Smoke weed every day.
I think Dr. Dre, he's probably the only Satanist that I've got in my sound clips. I think the rest of the guys are pure of heart. Haven't signed any contracts in blood. But, Dre did say some pretty important things in that song, so happy to run with it. Not that I'm anti-religion. Not going to get into that at all. Opening up a can of worms there. But all this crazy shit going on in the world, it's definitely given me some time and some pause to reflect on what's actually going on, where we are and who we are and what's happening. We're all here for a reason. There's a plan for us. It's definitely a plan. Anyway, this is what happens when the markets just stagnate out. I start going into these weird places mentally. So I second guess my own existence.
No. I'm trying to work.
Back to the game. Stay focused. Oh, the crack up there is a better result than you absconding me for talking about Satan on stream. So thanks, Origin Code. It's all fun and games. All right, so we're getting rejected off Karma here. 44.40 could not hold after so many times attempts at breaking it. This is bearish to me. Maybe some sells will come back through and really test out the fortitude here of any buyers that are still remaining in the market. It's about time to get another coffee, I think, but might be coming up to calling it a stream here. Really not seeing much action, and don't really want to sit through the entire lunch hour, wait for these minutes to come out to see if we get some sort of result. It seems like that's probably where the opportunity is going to be. CL's pushing down now. Buyers have left the building. Potentially a long here from somewhere. 25s. Could be a long. It's not a stupid place for a long. Still not oversold on the 5 minutes, so being cautious. I don't mind it. Don't mind it long here. Well, I will, if we can get back down to these levels. Point of control flipped on the day now, obviously 94.87s. Keep an eye on it. Yes, just going back down to retest point of control, 44.34s.
Back to the future.
Welcome here to Back to the Futures. If you're joining me, I really appreciate your company. If you like what I'm doing, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Really helps me and confuses the algorithm, which is important. Got to keep the algo on its toes. Just trading a few contracts here on the ES and on CL today. Nothing crazy. Pretty casual start to the week. Didn't mind a long there from 40, I was saying. Not a bad little dip buy opportunity. Not in my wheelhouse though, but fairly predictable price action at the moment on crude. Should be profiting a lot more than I am, but it's okay. No expectations. Staying objective, staying pragmatic. Staying discretionary. I don't know, what are your thoughts, Origin Code? You think we're going to get a pop at some point? Or are you going to get a flush? You're down for a pop or a flush? Obviously, you don't have to tell me if you don't have an opinion. I don't know what we're going to do here, to be honest. Pop or flush? It's a strange situation. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. I think maybe we need to go back down and retest those lows. Flush before the pop. Too many are seeing the pop. Too much one-sided action here. I don't know where all my awesome emotes have gone, but I'll put that one in there because I like you. And this one, that one's good too. I like you. Fairies and gnomes. Seems like a pretty good match for the fantasy that's going on in the fantasy that's going on in the world right now. I don't know where my other emotes are gone. There's had some sick emotes here. What's happening? Anyway, getting off track, losing all sense of focus here based on price action. So staying patient. It's coming up to lunch hour, New York, 10 to 11 Central, 10 to 12 if you're in on the East Coast. All right, let's have a quick look at crude. Coming back down to check 40s. And 25s. I don't know. 25s seem pretty good to me. It's obviously a nice big bunch of volume there at 10. 25s, some pretty good juicy looking wicks here. Might need testing. Really annoyed I didn't just take a short and stay in it. Volatility was looking a bit crazy before we hit that $95, so I was being wary. Great Scott. Is this bias coming through here?
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Pushing back on 5-minute karma. Retesting 44.40 for the a millionth time. You see a pump. Push this. Did get some support there one last time of point of control, so maybe this is a confirmation. But we've seen this movie before. Buyers trying to push it. Yeah, true that, man. This could be bait.
It's a trap.
Could be bait. We'll wait and see. If we spend even more than 10 seconds above 44.40, I'll be pretty bullish. Origin code, they're saying this is definitely, well, not definitely, but if this isn't going to pop here, then more action to the downside. Makes sense. Delta's looking weak here. Some more buyer exhaustion at these levels. RSI divergence.
It's a trap.
It was at this moment that Nathan knew. He fucked up.
They're fighting it. The volume's just low as heck today. It's just dipped and dipped and dipped. A little bit more volume than yesterday at the start. Well, not really. Around about the same. That spike of volume to the downside here, pushing it down below 44.40. And then it's just died off. So maybe we'll see some algo drift over the lunch hour. You know, the fact that it's just not overbought or oversold here. I've got no direction. Crude volumes dropped off as well on the movement to the downside. So that could be a sign to some long-term longs in the market. Looking for a full recovery here. $95. I mean, it's pretty good. Obviously, we're going to go to 100 here. Not obviously, but it's everyone's thoughts. So if we're just sort of testing, we've tested this point of control and got slapped, 95 psych level. We have pushed back down through Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Friday's value area high. It looks like what was sitting on this big volume node from Friday. 40. So testing these volume nodes again. This area of repair from Monday. Maybe that's all the action we're going to see in crude today. Back to being a ranged market, waiting for contracts to roll on Thursday, Friday. Keep an eye on volume there. You can always check on. That's another thing in the combines. It's probably a good thing anyway. Stay on the front running contract with the most volume, the most liquidity. You can always check that in the quote board there if you want to add anything to the quote board. You can check it out there in Tradeovate, the open interest in the total contracts traded. So always good to check from the old contract to the new contract, and then we can make sure we're in the right month. I've been getting a bit more practice rolling contracts since I started trading crude, because crude rolls every month. Nothing crazy, just something to be, cognizant of, basically, because of the ranged price action you can get from rollover. All right, coming up to test 69. I don't know where my button is for 69. I always lose it. I'm always unhappy by that too. It must be. Nah, just gonna never find it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there it is. One day I'll remember where that one is. Coming back up to test 5-minute karma here on CL. If we see a rejection, it's probably going to be around this area. And we're going to come back up and test point of control and all that volume there at 87s. Looking for a pop here on the ES. Buyers coming through. Sitting on 440, buying 440s. Are we going to pop it? I'm really keen to take a long here, but
It's a trap.
it's going to be chilled. Maintain our patience levels here. Actually, the ES on the 30-minute. So, buyers looking like they might want to continue here now. Coming back up to test top of the 4,441 and a half is the wick. Here they go. I'm getting pretty overcooked here on the 5-minute already, so potentially selling off VWAP could be a play here. We're not even going to get up to VWAP, are we, guys? You're getting me all excited. Again, forced back down under 440. Retesting wick. Grab one at 38 or forever hold your peace, bulls. Oh, we're popping it. Okay, coming up to a lunch hour here, 11 a.m. Central. Euro close was very, very, very tame today. So we've just fired off the one trade here on the MES.
Back to the future.
Welcome to the stream. Thanks for sticking with us. We've been live for about 2 hours and 10 minutes now, barring a few internet-y fluctuations, volatility in my connection. More volatility on my connection than there is in the markets this morning. Question of the day. Question of the day before I get involved in some price action or quit streaming for the day. What would be the question of the day? Let's have a think. Ticking clocks or silent flow clocks, whatever they call them. You know, the ones that just the smooth flow through the numbers. Ticking clocks or non-ticking clocks? Question of the day. Should I go first? I'll go first. Yeah. It has to be non-ticking clocks for me. For sure. I don't mind clocks. I rely on clocks, like we all do. But the incessant ticking, reminding me of my death, coming closer and closer, audibly, every second. I'm not down with that. Non-ticking, says Origin Code. Yes, good man. I probably would have assumed that, but I don't like to make assumptions about people. I had a feeling you would be a non-ticking person. And you can learn a lot about someone from that question, I think. This might seem random. Well, thanks for playing the game. Thanks for playing the game today, Origin Code. I appreciate that. If you have any questions of the day, I'd be happy to play your game too. So let me know if you think of anything. Looks like we're about to break here. Yeah, we're breaking. Buyers coming through. Finally, we're going to see a little bit of a pop here. I'd be keen to short VWAP. It could be dangerous because we have spent a lot of time down here consolidating, but price action seems weak. Seems weak. I didn't check out the 1 minute range, opening range. I should probably get just a glimpse of where we're at here. 12:30. 12:30. There we go. It's bottom of our range there. Is that 12:30 here? Yes. Okay, excellent. Let's try to keep that. Get a rough idea. Come on, give me my data. All right, so we'll come back up to test 1 minute opening range here, pushing back into 1 minute opening range. So that's a good sign for the bulls. Still, this is a spot where we could see rejection. Could still be a really well laid trap.
It's a trap.
Now rejecting again here. Buyers just didn't quite have enough steam. Consolidate back down here at 40s and potentially get a push up to VWAP, but that looks like a bit of a slap. That much selling coming through. So what's going on? Not much selling coming through. This is a spot they are rejecting. Same action on NASDAQ. Yeah. Well, I'm glad we're on the same page, mate. It's always nice to know I'm looking in the right places. I've had some internet-y concerns here. My quote board flushing. I think we're okay. They're rejecting. 44.40s, not happy. Still no real sellers coming through here on the ES at the moment. They're playing around. They're playing games. So who's some of the biggest players that you're dealing with on the Nasdaq at the moment? Origin Code, like in terms of hedges and firms and prop firms and banks and stuff. And, you know, they're big. Who's the biggest player? Like who's the most aggressive predator out there in your mind? That's probably a better question. Just out of interest's sake. Could probably have a speculation on that one, but who's the biggest criminals in that space? All right, still struggling under 1 minute opening range here on the ES. We've hit lunch hour. Algos are probably getting switched on at this point. Still nothing going on, so just going to put in top of my 1 minute opening range here, so just for consistency's sake. I know you can get indicators to do this for you, but they always seem to do something stupid or fail. I've got some data issues here, so flip over to MNQ for a second. It could be base here on the MNQ. I don't mind. Jeez, it's hard not to go long here, isn't it? Back up to 1 minute opening range again. They're at 40, 44, 42 and 3/4. VWAP incoming at 44.44. Or are they going to front run VWAP again, like they did pre-market? Opening on the open. They are all a bunch of sick psychopaths. If I tried to pick what Capital G, an investment firm owned by Alphabet Google that actually trades in these futures markets. Wow, really? Capital G. No shit, I had no idea. They are trading against Google. Fuck. What have you got to do, eh? What have you got to do? What a crazy world, crazy game we're playing here, eh? Thanks for the insight, man. Really appreciate your time letting me know that. It used to be known as Google Capital. Wow. And they thought they better hide it and call them G Capital. Capital G. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Oh, yeah, okay. I wouldn't have picked that one. I didn't even know they existed, so thanks very much for the info. I've got a list of stuff I need to research now, don't I? Okay. I thought it would have been, JP Morgan or Chase. I thought they would have been the real pricks of the market. They're busy elsewhere. It makes you wonder what the SEC's up to these days, though, doesn't it? SEC are in a coma. All right, getting slapped again off opening range. This isn't good. Expect some bears to come back through here. Bulls have had their chance and they're not winning. It's pathetic. A pathetic attempt. We're over 440, guys. It's time to go. Let's go. I suppose it is lunch hour, so got to be Got to be considerate of that. Hot dog time. Okay. There's some blocks coming up there at 44.3. 443s. Any big blocks on the ES? Yeah, there's a nice big block there up at 4,445. Which just happens to be VWAP. Short the VWAP. Short the VWAP. Maybe not. In my experience with Pierce opening range, we usually go to test at least top of opening range before rejection. And that would be putting us above VWAP, which is a little bit bullish, but this price action's so not bullish right now. It's like a bear flag. Okay, some bulls getting the heck out, and bears coming through. Anyone taking a short here? You're probably already short. I don't know. I don't trust it. It's just meandering around. Algo should be selling this, though, based on price action, right? Or are they trapping the algos long? I think capital G is more nefarious. Nefarious, considering they are owned by Alphabet. If you ask me, Alphabet or language is the ultimate tool to control the minds of man. Indeed. Words are a very powerful thing, especially when they're written down. If I can define the words you use, I can define you. Very nefarious to name you. You're all-knowing from data investment company capital G, referring to God, the big God with a capital G. Wow. Satanism? It's just, you know, sorry to say that again, but I've been doing a bit of research recently and really checking my heads up on the reality of the situation. And capital G, hey? Sounds like they're trying to shove it in someone's face. Think I might need to get some Jesus chimes for my soundboard. That's a good thoughts, man. You know, because language is the ultimate tool. 6 psychopaths, lol. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't get that, hey. I'm not really certain about who's in control of this world anymore. What we were saying the other night, like oligarchical gangsterism. Here we are on Wednesday talking about conspiracies already. These aren't conspiracies. I mean, they are. They're not theories. They're actual conspiracies. It's another concern I have. People have been so trained into hearing conspiracy and theory put together that they naturally hear conspiracy and think theory. It's a completely different thing. But anyway. Capital G, hey? Jeez. I wonder how big their clips are. Far out. Does Apple have an investment firm or a trading subsidiary? They'd have sitting on a bit of cash at the moment, wouldn't they? Real-time redefining language. Yeah. Indeed. Well, this is pretty deep stuff, man. I don't usually give away sort of personal information like this online, but yeah, you know, I went back to church the other day just for something to do. I haven't been for a long time, and it was quite sort of freaky just even hearing all the prayers that had been changed, the wordings of the prayers. for the younger generation. Just completely changing the meaning of some of these things. But that's just that side of things. I mean, there's a whole plethora of redefinition going on now in all facets of our world. I do know they are large participants in the FX market because of how global they are. We're talking about Apple. Yeah. Anyway,
We're sending you back to the future.
yes, this is Back to the Futures, where we only talk about conspiracy theories and conspiracies and stuff, random stuff, when the markets are completely dead. Another hangover day here on the equities. We did see that initial flush pre-market, and then a continuation through on the open, and then we're just working our way back up to see if we can get back into 1 minute opening range. So apologies if you're not down with all this crazy speak. Just need price action to get a little bit more exciting, and we can continue on with our day. But happy Wednesday. Hopefully it's going good. It's 11:15 Central now. Getting ready for lunch hour if you're in Chicago. If you're in Kansas, getting ready for some food. Maybe some morning tea. I definitely need to refill some coffee before we proceed. Did think we were going to see a few fireworks before lunch hour there, but nothing crazy. So it seems like we're just all waiting on 2:30, are we? Is it 2:30 Central? Let's have a look here. 2:30 Central. I think that's Central. FOMC minutes. 2:30 Central. I don't know if I've got the tenacity to stick around that long today. Sucked back under 440 again. It's not a good sign. Some big orders coming in here now on the dome for the MES. Something's brewing here. Potentially.
Become an employee of this firm, you will make your first million within 3 years. Okay? I'm going to repeat that. You will make $1 million within 3 years of your first day of employment at JT Marlin. There is no question as to whether or not you'll become a millionaire working here. The only question is how many times over.
Some rejection there. It's follow through, possibly coming up here. Bears don't look that interested. There's no interest either way here. Some bears coming in. Sellers coming through. This is the flush we were talking about.
It's a trap.
Well, they're just going to ping it off point of control again. The day 44.35s. Very slow moving market. Not many hints here. Crude's moving back to the upside, retesting point of control like we sort of thought they might after finding a bottom there at 40. So that was would have been a nice long there after the second test of 40. Confirmation. wasn't keeping an eye on that, but that has worked out the way we expected it. See what they do now at point of control here. A lot of volume at 87 to get through. They get through that, I don't even know where they're going to bloody end up, you know. Probably the next stop's going up there to test all that volume above from Monday. 95 34s, 35s, 95 30s, 25s. Still a lot of volume there at 95 50s. So we still might have a little bit of upside movement here in crude to come. Once then we've just seen a bit of consolidation. Haven't really cooled off the oscillator here on the 30-minute. Still quite overbought. A lot of volume down there at 94.10, 94.20 to check if we want to come back down there and have a look. A bit of indecision, an indecision candle here at 94 bucks. So it could be a retest. Are you committed Origin Code to the seeing through to the end of the day? Are you going to trade the entire day, or based on this price action, are you just going to bug out early? Or are you going to hold on until you see some FOMC minutes and grab a few quick contracts after that? I don't know. I'm a bit in limbo at the moment. It's been a good night, though, for me. So thanks again for joining us. Really appreciated your company. It's really good to be back in the trader's seat after yesterday's, what would you call it? Debacle. Still good to put a few runs on the board, though. A couple $100 in the bag yesterday. Some nice ES trades. I think Helen would have been proud of me. Wasn't holding for too long. Gold's going to flip. Silver's going to flip, is it? They're rolling. Contracts are rolling. Gold and silver on the day. What are we looking like here? Gold is up 0.5%. Still above 1850, so that's bullish. I think we're retesting a pretty long supply line there on gold. So keeping an eye on that. Obviously got that pump due to the concerns last week and earlier this week about the war. The war. Can you believe we're even talking about a war? Nah, it's a load of shit. I think probably be more beneficial to focus on things at home right now. Managing a trade now, they are holding price in this block. It's possible they hold this until the news. It forced me to stay, but only plan on 1 p.m. Central. Yeah. Fair play. There's no real point in sticking around till FOMC meeting minutes. It might not be that impactful anyway, like we were saying. They're definitely holding price in this block. It's good if you're a real short-term scalper, range scalper. You'd probably be cleaning up today. But I never trust this price action. Crude retested 87's point of control, seeing a bit of a slap there off 87. Back down to test 40s. Probably would have been a pretty good place to execute a short. Get out above 95, limit risk. You know, but got such little money in my bag. I'm being very tentative today. Don't want to give any of it back like the last few days.
Smoke weed every day.
Oh, an early knockoff for both of us then, probably Origin Code. Swimming in an ocean of just absolute boredom right now. Nah, not boredom, but frustration. Need a bit more movement here as a day trader to get involved. I probably should just be trading the NASDAQ. I might be able to get a few more scalps in, but it's been a little while since I traded the NASI. I like a 22 range on the NASDAQ. Works quite well for me. So pushing up on VWAP on NASDAQ. So have we? No. I just haven't got enough data. Give me the data. Looks the same as the ES, doesn't it? Just trading water there. Building up a second range below. I guess if we can hold this range for long enough, we should see a pop above 472s, 475s. I meant Q on the 5 minute. So some RSI divergence there on up at 470. Under 5 minute karma, under point of control. Still haven't been in Discord, so apologies if you're still waiting on a response from any messages. Try and get there very soon. A bit slack when it comes to socials. Got to get back into the swing. But I think it's probably a pretty healthy way to be. Anyway, there's some buyers trying to come through here on the NQ. Potentially. Back above 5 minute karma. Do we see a push here? No. That's right. Never any rush is there, Origin Code. There's always another trade around the corner. I think that's where a lot of people go wrong, trading these valuations and combines or just trading in general. You know, they want to sit down, they want to see some money coming in immediately. So one of the biggest attributes, the best attributes you can have as a trader is patience. But for me, it's a balancing act between staying patient and remaining aggressive when it's called for. That's the next thing I've got to work on. Okay, crude coming back down to test bottom of volume here at 46. See a kick up off bottom of volume. Or possibly come back down here to test value area high on the day at 94.15. We're still a long way from Kansas. VWAP down here at 93.50s. Price seems to be wanting to come down here. Maybe check 94.10s, 94.25s, like I was saying. Still don't mind a long off 25, but seeing that rejection up there at point of control a couple of times makes me a little bit wary. NASDAQ pushing back up on point of control, 14,450. Let's get another dome in here and have a look at the level 2. It's very zoomed. It's quite zoomed, thank you guys. It's a little bit crazy. Check out the NQ, get a little bit more information if we can. Nope. Okay, so Delta pushed up pretty heavy there on that last little run up to the point of control, but couldn't get through. Still don't like the sign. That's the look of that. Still, sellers didn't really come back through there. Yet. All right, back to the ES. Otherwise, I'll get caught up trading NASDAQ and give away all my gains. ES down 0.6% on the day, on the session. So NASDAQ down 1.15%. So not a serious day either way. Not serious. At this stage. Might see some fireworks later on this afternoon after lunch. I think a lot of the big traders have probably left the office. Okay, some downside pressure now on the ES. Back to point of control at 44.35. And look at this price action. It's just ranging up in a channel since half an hour after the open. Not much to see here. ES 1 minute. Let's go to 1 minute. See if we can have a look at this price action. Yeah, so it's just sort of a channel, isn't it? We're just ranging in this slightly ascending channel. Lots of selling coming through here. Testing the bottom of the channel. We're going to break it. Looking pretty bearish. Finally, some action. Algos are pushing it down. Maybe made their decision. I've just missed the entry. Looking at the chart, but getting excited. We might see some positive. Yep, there we go. There's our flush. There's our flush. Come down to test overnight lows. Not overnight lows, sorry, session lows. Trying to find some support at value area low on the day at 44.29. Could be a good place for long. Very oversold. Immediately oversold. On the 5 minute. 30 minute chart looks pretty oversold as well. If we see a lower low here, we're might see a little bit of RSI divergence playing out with a bit of a push back up. Down here to test volume from Friday, 44.20s. So yeah, that was a short off 1 minute opening range after we saw that rejection. Just called that out and felt pretty confident on that flush, didn't we, mate? Hopefully you grabbed a few points on that move. Down to session lows here. 1.5 standard deviations away from VWAP now. Test the bottom of my envelope down here at 25s. Potentially a long. I don't want to catch a falling knife, but sellers seem to be accelerating here, getting their act together. Could potentially be a long here. Waiting for me. Let's see how they react. I want to see if I can full flush below. At the moment we haven't actually made a new session low. That could be bullish. But I don't think so. like to see a flush through. All right. Some movement at the station at least. Trains are departing the station. To the downside. Okay, so we're at session lows of the day now. I have flushed through by a single tick by the looks of it. A few big orders coming in here. We're going to run the stops. Or what? Looks like we're trying to run some stops down here. Yep. Okay. Like along. Didn't really get too much acceleration beyond that point. Oh, here we go. 4420s.
Order working. Order filled.
Go for a quick long. See if we can get a quick little punch up, back up here. Doesn't look very good though. Buyer's trying to come back through. Short's taking some profits. Probably would be too, considering the price action today. It's like just take what you can get, guys, and get the heck out. Trying to push on it here. Retesting these wicks. 25s. I'm not asking for much here. Just want to get out of value area low. But if we get stuck under these wicks, it could be a problem. More selling. More selling. A bit of a volume spike there on the sell side too. So we're in that zone there, 4420s. Hoping to see a bounce here at 4420s. We go down that far. I don't really want to see it go much lower than that. Let's go, guys. Shorts are picking up some cash here, finally. I think this will be the last bag that I'm trying to secure for the day. It's been a pleasure to have your company. Thanks again for joining us. Let's wait for a little bit more of a pump here, and then I'm going to just get the heck out of Dodge. 28's value area low, pushing through wicks here. Another wicks, more wicks down there at 31, so I probably should just take 30s if I can get it. More slappage off the wicks. Okay. Just trying to stay patient here. It's such a slow day. I thought we'd see a quick bounce back up. That was a nice flush. Considering the price action, I mean, it was not a huge flush, but volatility spiked there for a second. Still struggling here. The time stop's starting to enter in my head. Push up on these wicks, not really making many inroads. Come on, guys. Just see some follow through here. We've got above range now on the karma. Karma on the range, sorry. Dyslexia is real. A bit of a pop here. back to value area low. I think I might take 29s, 28s. Honestly, I might even just take that, to be honest. Let's take it. Give me that.
Order
Yeah,
filled.
it's just going to get out at value area low there. It's probably, we might see a pump here. It's usually what happens when I cover my position. Safe to say price could go back up and test 30s pretty easily. I don't see why not. 30, that's really what I wanted. So pretty close there. 27, I'm missing out a few points, a couple of points. 17.50 in the bag. Nothing crazy. Secured another bag for the day there. It's the third bag of the day. 3 out of 3 trades. Let's keep it in the green. Buyers coming through. Hopefully you had more patience than me there. Buyers coming through. 44.30s. Point of control test seems within reach. Hey, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate the positive feedback and the motivational input. Definitely need to learn how to hold my trades a little longer. Again, a balancing act, especially on days like today. It's a little bit of indecision in the market. So just glad to capture a few points there and live to fight another day. Well, hopefully it was a profitable day for everyone so far. It's been a fair day for me. Not getting any closer to buying a DeLorean yet, but I guess we are a few bucks closer now, so it's a good thing. It's a good thing. A bit of a wrap up here in the markets as before I leave. So we have to come down flush session lows. Buyers trying to come back through here on the ES now after some oversold readings on the 5-minute. A little bit more patience would have paid off there. Probably would have doubled my score. 30s were always on deck. That's okay. That's okay. Again, one of those times where I probably could have used the ranged karma as a trailing stop here. Potentially got a couple more points out of it. Anyway, that's good. That's good. We've made a couple of little trades here on the ES today, on the MES today. Just a couple of dip buys. Nothing serious. Buyers coming in nice and strong now. So anyone that held onto that trade's getting paid now. Well played. Well played. Well played. GG's to you. Look, just having a quick look at oil before I head off here. 25s. Potentially, yeah. Looks like they got some support there at 10s. 25s paying off now. If you took a long at 25, like I suggested. It's not a bad little trade. Not a bad little pump there. Little dip buy. There's a clue there, just how quickly we got to oversold readings on the RSI. Potentially, it's a pretty easy long there. So yeah, good. Identified. Just need to take advantage of these identifications next time. I don't know what to expect really. I guess after lunch, people are just going to be waiting to see what the meeting, the FOMC minutes say. They're probably going to be pretty hot, pretty hawkish. The fact that we didn't get above the neckline this afternoon in the overnight doesn't bode well with me. It feels like there's going to be some more action to the downside. I mean, shit, we could even come back down and test these profit taking levels from the original break. We did get back down there, like I was saying, on the close on Monday. So can expect quite a few people would taking profits by now. So maybe we just want to come back down here and test settlement at 395 from yesterday. 4400s, go from there. But, we'll see. We'll see. No idea really what to expect. All right, so the sellers came through and saved the day. Took it up to 44.33, right in my diddle zone. Perfect exit. I'm in a perfect exit there. Just got a little bit scared. $10, 17 bucks on the line. You know, large pizza. Didn't want to lose my pizza. Yeah, if you like what I do, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Always appreciate the feedback and the kind words, even the negative words. Let me know what I've done wrong. I can't be perfect. It'd be a problem if there was, so let me know how I can improve. Always looking to be a better trader and a better presenter. Thanks, man. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your morning too, and the rest of your day. And thank you very much again. If you're trading out there for the afternoon, stay safe. You're probably not going to go and do that. Watch out for that snowstorm incoming. And we might catch up with you tomorrow. It'd be a pleasure to see you again. All the best. Stay safe. Always wear a stop. Keep it real. Stay discretionary. Don't stay decrepit. Stay discretionary. And we'll see you soon. Don't text and drive. Don't text and drive, people.
My calculations are correct. When When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Great Scott.
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Great Scott. Great Scott.
Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day.